All right, thanks, guys. Got a very short slate of Thursday NBA games, but let's go ahead and get into them. Happy Wednesday to you, by the way. Right now, as I'm recording this video, it is Wednesday, so happy hump day for you. Got some lines of personal leans out for Thursday's NBA action. And once again, very short slate, so let's get into it, beginning with Toronto at San Antonio. That is going to be an 8 o'clock tip-off in San Antonio. Now, the Spurs open the betting as the 1.5 point favorite, and the total at 216 and a hook. And since those markets opened this one up, no movement on the spread or the total yet. We're still at that original opening number. So once again, San Antonio opened and remains the 1.5 point favorite. Total open and remains at 216 and a half. Now, if you like Toronto in this one, this is a pretty tight line, pretty tight spread. But if you like the Raptors, they have been pretty good away from home this year. They're 13-7 straight up away from home. They're also covering 60% of their ball games at the current number. Now, the San Antonio defense, they're allowing nearly 110 points per contest overall for the year. They're also 9-11 straight up as the dog. So should this line flip and San Antonio finds himself as the dog, they haven't been all that good. And as a matter of fact, they're under 500. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a line flip in this one. If you like San Antonio, you may want to hold off. But if you like Toronto, get into this one early, because I really think we're going to see Toronto money come in on this one. But anyway, when it comes to the scoring, San Antonio 2-0 to the over in their last couple of games. Their offense is putting up 112 points per contest on their home court. Meanwhile, the Raptors 5-0 to the over in their games at the current posted total. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean toward a road dog in this one. Give me Toronto +2 after buying the 0.5 point and the over 216 and a half in that matchup there. Before I go ahead and continue, I just want to take a quick time out and just welcome you to the show. I got some lines and personal leans out for Thursday's NBA action, but before we get into some more of that, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. And with a documented record of 2-0-1 in my last 3 executive board member plays, you're simply costing yourself valuable information each and every day you're not subscribed to that channel. Now, memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. There's also plenty of free content there as well, so please feel free to just hit that pause button right now and open up your browser. All you got to do is type in patreon.com/BrockPage. It'll only take you a couple of seconds. Link is in the description section below. And if you are a current patron of mine and you're currently watching me right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. You most certainly make it all worth it. And with all that said and done, let's go ahead and hop back into some more lines and personal leans for the NBA. And our next game is going to be Nuggets at the Kings, 10 o'clock tip-off in Sacramento. Denver opened the betting as the 3-point favorite, and the total at 227 and a half. And once again, not a whole lot of movement here. We're very early in the lines. Denver remains -3 with the total at 227 and a half. And at the moment, Sacramento is plus $1.25 at home to get the job done for some money line cash. Now, if you've been following this Denver team, you know they have great defense. And their defense is allowing just 104 points per contest on the year. Their opponents shooting just 45% from the field. Denver is 3-0 straight up in their last trio of ball games. They've also won 7 out of their last 9 outright. Now, Sacramento on the other side, well, they dropped 3 out of their last 4 straight up. They're also 0-4 against the spread in those 4 ball games, failing to cover in each and every one of those games. The Sacramento defense is allowing 117 points per contest on the year. They're also 13-18 straight up as the underdog. Now, total-wise, Sacramento 2-2 to the under in their last 4 at home. Denver 11-6 to the under in their games when traveling. Give me Denver -3 and the under 227 and a half in that one. All right, next and final game for the NBA. Then we'll hop into some college basketball. Houston at Golden State, 10:30 tip-off in Golden State. The Warriors open the betting as the 8-point favorite, and the total at 225 and a half. And once again, no movement yet on the spread or the total. We're still at that 8 number with the total at 225 and a half. So once again, the Warriors opened and remain -8. Total open and remains at 225 and a hook. And at the moment, the Rockets are plus 285 for some money line cash. Now, if you like Golden State to get the job done at home in this one, just keep in mind they've been pretty bad against the number this season. And when we look at overall for the year, they are 16-22 against the spread overall for the season. They've also successfully covered the number in just 8 out of 20 home games this year. This Golden State defense is allowing 111 points per contest on their home court. Golden State's also covering just 20% of their games that tipped off at the current point spread. Now, Houston on the other side, they're 9-4 against the spread, taking on teams above 550. So with those really good winning teams, they've done an excellent job covering the number. And this Houston defense has been pretty good this year. They're giving up just 106 points per contest away from home. And Houston's red hot right now, 9-1 straight up in their last 10. Now, when it comes to scoring, Houston is 4-2 to the under in their last 6. Golden State 12-8 to the under in their last 20 at home. So with all that said and done, give me the road dog in that one. I'm going to take Houston +8 in the under 225.5 in that one. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some college basketball. We're going to go ahead and slide into tomorrow's slate of games, and there we go. We're going to start off with Penn State at Michigan. 7 o'clock tip-off at Michigan. The Wolverines are -12, totals at 126.5. This Penn State defense is allowing just 69 points per contest on the road. Their opponents are shooting just 26% from the three-point line in that very same category. Meanwhile, Michigan hasn't been all that good against the number this year. They failed to cover in 7 out of their last 9 at home. They're also 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 ball games at any location. Now, both teams are 10-0 to the over in their last 10 meetings. Give me Penn State +12 and the over 126.5 in that one. Next game, NC State at Miami, Florida, 7 o'clock tip-off at Miami. The Wolfpack opened the betting as the 3-point favorite, the total at 155. And since those markets opened this one up, not a whole lot of movement on the total, although we did see a little bit of movement on the spread. Right now, NC State's -3.5. So once again, NC State opened 3, now 3.5. Total open 155 and remains at 155. NC State has been very good this year, guys. 12-1 straight up overall for the year. 10-3 against the spread in that same category. This NC State offense is putting up 89 points per contest. They're also shooting 53% from the field. They are taking on a Miami squad who's just 4-8 against the spread overall for the year, and they have failed to cover in 7 out of their last 8 ball games. Now, scoring-wise, Miami's 5-1 to the under in their last 6. NC State 2-1 to the under in their last 3. Give me NC State -3 after buying the half a point and the under 155 in that one. Next game, Illinois at Indiana, 7 o'clock tip-off in Indiana. The Hoosiers open the betting as the 11.5-point favorite with a total at 145. And since those markets open this one up, no movement on the spread, although we are seeing movement upward on the total. That moved up to 146.5. So once again, the Hoosiers opened -11.5. They remain -11.5. Total open 145 up to 146 and a hook. Now, Indiana has been excellent this year. They're 11-2 straight up overall for the year and a perfect 9-0 straight up on their home court. This Indiana offense is putting up 83 points per contest on their home court. They're also shooting 57% from the field in Indiana. Now, the Fighting Illini on their side of things, well, they're scoring just 67 points per game on the road. They've also failed to cover in 8 out of their last 10 ball games. Now, when it comes to scoring, the Fighting Illini, well, 2 out of their last 3 stayed under the total. Meanwhile, Indiana, 8 out of their last 10 stayed under the total themselves. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase the half a point, buy it down, and take Indiana -11 in the under 146.5 in that one. Next game, Iowa at Purdue, 7 o'clock tip-off at Purdue. The Boilermakers open the betting as the 8-point favorite, total at 150.5. And since those markets opened this one up, no movement on the total, although we're seeing a half a point fade of Purdue on the spread. Right now they're 7.5. So once again, the Boilermakers open -8 down to 7.5. Total open and remains at 150 and a hook. Right now, Iowa is 11-2 straight up overall for the year, 3-2 against the spread in their last 5. Purdue, well, they failed to cover in 5 out of their last 6. They're also just 3-4 against the spread at home. Total-wise, Purdue, 3-1 to the over in their last 4. Iowa, They're scoring 83 points per contest overall for the year. Give me Iowa +8 after buying the hook in the over 150.5 in that matchup.